From the Public Broadcast Center in Orlando, tonight in concert, the Florida Symphony Youth Orchestra. Good evening, I'm David Moses. Tonight, a full-length concert by the Florida Symphony Youth Orchestra. And just before we have this concert tonight, we're going to take a few moments to meet the music director and conductor, Charles Gottschalk, and the executive vice president of administration, actually, Mary Lou Strollo, who is with us tonight, too. Charles, I'm going to take a few moments and talk with you first, not to ignore Mary Lou, but we know you have to get to the podium, and the most interesting aspect of a youth symphony is, I suppose, in just dealing with it, because you have musicians who have many other duties to perform in their high school years, and things like that. How do you go about dealing with a youth symphony?
Well, you mentioned that a lot of the musicians have other things that they deal with in their high school years. Actually, most of the players in the orchestra are very dedicated to music, and it's not too difficult to get most of them to rehearse on a regular basis. One of the biggest challenges for me is that our youth orchestra represents ages from about 11 years old, some of the youngest in the second violin section, all the way up to junior in college. We have 2 juniors in colleges in the area in the orchestra. So the different age levels that we have from 11 to approximately 20 years old, you know how vast their attitudes are and everything like that in adolescence and everything, and that's really a challenge to deal with. But it all seems to work out very well in the end at our concerts.
On tonight's program, there's going to be a Rossini overture. You have works by Torelli, by Shostakovich, Saint-Saëns. Of all these works, what is the range of difficulty for your orchestra?
I would have to say the Rossini is the most difficult, and the reason for that is that it's the most transparent. It's very much like Mozart in a few sections when the strings are playing very delicate, exposed parts. And here again we have some very advanced, talented first violinists and some much less experienced second violinists who need to work together and to try to play on the same level, and that's one of the biggest challenges that I face.
Do you have to find a common denominator level in which they can all play?
Well, I can't compromise too much, otherwise the music would suffer, and I think the most talented players, the most advanced ones, would probably be a little frustrated and lose interest. So I try to do justice to the music as best I can, and then the second violins or any other of the players in the orchestra who might not be able to play quite all the notes, you know, maybe they would leave a note out now and then or something like that. But for the most part, like I said, it works out very well, and through a great deal of hard work, we managed to be pretty successful at the concerts.
You consider it a rewarding experience to have been in on all this?
Oh, absolutely. It's sort of frightening sometimes at the first rehearsals because there's absolute chaos sometimes when we start to read through things. I say to myself, gee, was I crazy for trying to pick this music? And then things start to settle down little by little, and after the 3rd or 4th rehearsal, things start to shape up, and then it's easy to start making music out of the pieces we work on.
It is just about that time when you must assume the podium, so we will let you go now and get ready for the concert. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, Mary Lou, you've been patiently waiting for us here. As the Vice President for Administration, you have a tremendous job to do, an unpaid job.
An unpaid job. In fact, all of our board of directors are unpaid. We have paid professionals in our conductors and our coaches.
I suppose the most obvious question is where the students come from, geographically as well in levels of
We
experience.
consider ourselves from representing the East Central Florida area, which ranges from Ormond Beach to Lakeland, Leesburg to Titusville.
The Florida Symphony Youth Orchestra has done very well for itself. I'll let you tell us about some of the awards and some of the events that it's been involved with.
All right. We last year won the state award for the best youth orchestra in the difficult division high school level from the Florida Federation of Music Clubs. 90% of our young people represent their various schools in the all-state orchestras and bands, and we have through the years expanded to the point where we now give 6 concerts a year, all free, open to the public, and we now sponsor a junior training orchestra.
So you have 2 orchestras to work.
Right.
What is the budget for something like this?
This year, our expanded budget for the two orchestras is close to $20,000, just under $20,000.
This does not come from ticket sales, does
No,
it?
it does not. We are funded partially, 50% I should say, by the Fine Arts Council, State of Florida, and the National Endowment of the Arts, and the rest of it comes from private membership funds, which are raised through the orchestra members.
The orchestra is off to Dallas this year for an event.
Hopefully in
too?
Dallas in June for the American Symphony Orchestra League convention, and also we'll be sponsoring a PDQ Bach concert in May.
And you're going to be celebrating your 25th anniversary.
25th anniversary is coming up next year. Yes, this is the 25th anniversary for the orchestra. However, we have been an arm of the symphony for the last 3 years.
It is an excellent group, and we are delighted that they are going to be part of Channel 24 this evening, and that we will have this opportunity to hear this beautiful concert.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.